Hello, I'm Coach Natalie, and welcome to this episode of Jiu Jitsu for Dummies. Well, today we're going to take a little bit of a break from the closed guard, and we're going to get to my favorite position, side control. And from this position, we're actually going to do something called the north-south choke. Now, it kind of looks a little bit like an upside-down guillotine, but it's pretty simple. I do want to thank my professor, Tyler Pasqua, for suggesting this move. So let's check it out. Okay, let's break it down. So, the north-south choke is something that you start off when you're inside, you're putting your partner in side control. Now, most of the time when you're in side control, you're going to be underhooking your partner's head. Now, if I was a real person, I would be protecting my neck. So Sally here would be protecting her neck. The first thing we're going to need to do is going to need to clear away these arms away from her neck. So, if I was doing this to Sally and she's, as I said, protecting her neck, I'm going to use the side of my chest to strip away her hands. So that's the first thing. You want clear access to the neck. Because like I said, you're going from underhooking the neck to overhooking the neck, and in fact she's going to be looking in the back of my underarm. So again, underhooking, I got to get rid of this arm, so I'm going to be using my chest to free up access to her neck. Now at a certain point I'm going to be turning my arm over her neck, and I'm going to do a couple of things. I want to have my underarm be right over her throat. Second, I kind of want to be off to the side and really sprawled down to the ground. That's really going to give me a low center of gravity. I'm going to hold my hands kind of on what we call an S grip. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm really going to push myself up north. Obviously her feet are pointing south. That's why we call it the north-south position. And obviously this is a choke from the north-south, so it's called the north-south choke. Again, underhook, free away the arm if you have to, overhook, keep low, and get the choke. Now, there's a couple of mistakes that people can make. Always, when you're on the bottom, you are always wanting to look at your opponent. She always wants to be looking towards me. She always wants to be turning towards me. I, on the other hand, want to push her face away. If I could force her face away, we call that cross face, then it kind of breaks her alignment. It's really hard for her to mount a good defense when she's, pointing away from me. So when I'm doing this position, I really want to shift my ribs. So I'm really pushing her face away from me. At no time should she be able to look towards me. The second thing would be, as soon as I get to this position, remember, underarm over her throat, I don't want to stay up here. If this is a self-defense situation, she could be hitting me on the side of the face. Versus if I'm down like this, I'm protecting my head. Also have lower center of gravity. And the last thing would be thinking that this is just a choke that you're just doing, relying on the strength of your arms. No, you're going to be overhooking her neck, but really by moving my whole body, then that's providing, the choking mechanism. So let's try it again. Sally here is going to be trying to protect herself. I'm underhooking her head. I'm going to use my chest to strip that arm away. Now, overhook, down, and you can see how that would be a really deadly and successful move. If you're interested in learning more about the North-South choke, there's a multi-time world champion named Marcelo Garcia. He does this move a lot, and you can find out more details from him. Check out some of his videos. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, I love side control. And in fact, if you love side control, our very next video will be our number 70th video. And it is also going to be using a side control. It's called the Ninja Choke. So I encourage you to check that one out. In the meantime, thanks for sharing news with others about this video series. Really trying to make things fun and accessible and give people an idea about how they could get involved with the gentle art. And in the meantime, thank you very much for your support of Jiu Jitsu for Dummies.